Everybody, welcome back to another episode of the 10-Minute Marvel Podcast. Yes, we are coming to you late this week. It has been a busy weekend, so we found time to record an episode where we're going to be talking about Marvel characters who we think Marvel maybe we won't mind seeing them take another stab at that character's origin or kind of reintroducing that character post Secret Wars. Of course, along with that, we have news and rumors to talk about as well. I personally, Petter, your host, am not getting rebooted after Secret Wars, but my co-host, we're going to see if we can give him a new personality. So, my co-host trying out a new personality, everybody.
You just leave me with nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
It's the host with no personality, I guess, everybody. It's Greg. Thank you.
I mean, no personality is different than the one you had before.
Right? I mean, goal attained, I guess, right? Uh, well, I got nothing. If you're looking for ways to support us, you can find us on our YouTube channel. Search 10 Minute Marvel on YouTube. Give us a like and thumb. Smash that subscribe button, please. Always appreciated. Always helpful. It will maybe give me a new personality someday. Find and follow us on Facebook and that other thing with an X. Hashtag 10Min Marvel. And of course, you can leave a rating and review wherever you get your neighborhood podcasts from. It's not a friendly one anymore. I'm not going to be friendly anymore because
So we've moved
no respect around here. Yep, no respect.
Moved into Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. It's not so friendly. No,
well,
wait.
His neighborhood's more friendly than your neighborhood.
Probably true.
All right, Petter. What do we got? Are we doing rumors? Are we doing news? What do we got more of this week?
We have more rumors than news this week.
Not shocking.
Yep. We'll kick it off with Jean Grey and Cyclops co-leading the X-Men in the new MCU, like the saga after Secret Wars. What do you think about it maybe not being as Charles Xavier focused?
Love it.
I'm there with you, and I think there's some interesting stuff they could do with Charles, but in terms of you have to have kind of other leaders for the X-Men since it's not like Charles goes out and fights all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I really thought it was an interesting angle to take, right? Where though, I'm guessing that's how it starts, but it's an interesting place to start. That means I'm guessing Xavier is in the picture, but not in the picture kind of thing.
Well, he could still be running the school for gifted children, but like the actual X-Menning about. It's a verb now.
Yep, X-Menning. Do it every night.
That could be something that is very much like headed up by Cyclops and Jean Grey. They could almost be the faces for the X-Men, whereas Charles is just kind of that he runs the school.
Well, you think he could be, will they kick it off with him on the planet or what the hell?
No, I don't think they're gonna have him kind of like he was with
X-Men 97.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do that. That'd be just feel too close, and I also feel like you're dropping weirdly into the middle of a story, which I don't think they're gonna fully do.
But I mean, they're dropping in the middle of a story regardless. So why not give it an interesting twist? Kind of like, so I watched Watchmen, the HBO series, right? And they put Dr. Manhattan, it's a character.
Yeah.
But he's on the moon, or he say he's on the moon. But
yes.
So it's kind of like that in a sense where you know of him, you know where he is, but we just don't know, we don't hear anything from him at this time. And it's just focused on Jean and Scott and them running the school and running the X-Men in the absence of Xavier.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna separate it that much. I think
what does Xavier do then? Like if he's not,
I mean, he runs the school, and I think that it could be a situation where the school is kind of in the background instead of it being kind of school focused like the Fox X-Men was. Right. You have the X-Men barely there, and they just interact with Charles every now and again, and we get to see like Glob Herman and Pixie and other mutants at the school when we go there. So it's like, okay, there are more mutants in the world, but we're really focused in on this specific team.
So wait, were you saying that they are focused on the school aspect or
No,
the
they're
underneath the lower level of the school? I'll just say it that way.
um
In the X
the,
Fox X-Men, it's right below the school,
like the hangar,
yeah,
whatnot.
the
Yeah,
hangar and
yes, yeah. I think that it might
Cerebro.
be. Yeah, it might even be a situation where the X-Men are working out of not even the school, so to speak. It's just a spot where Jean and Grey and the team know that they can bring new mutants who are popping up, sort of thing.
Yes, yes. Don't hate it. I just it is weird,
Yep.
but I still like the angle. Yeah, it's kind of a big question mark on what you do with Xavier that really makes it work because that's like the
I
essence of the X-Men,
yes.
right? So it's daring not to maybe have him more present,
Yep.
yet I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's like they had to do something really big and different with the Fantastic Four. So they set it in an alternate universe set in a retro-futuristic 1960s. You have to do something kind of big and different with the X-Men to separate it. So why not make Charles a background character for a little while?
Yeah. And I mean, it's just probably a movie at this point, right?
Hmm.
So why not? You can put focus on
Yeah.
this. You can get lost in the story of Scott and Jean.
Yes.
And yeah, I think that's possible for sure. I can see that.
So next two rumors are Wonder Man rumors. First one is that Josh Gad is going to be playing Josh Gad in Wonder Man. This one's from My Time to Shine. Hello.
Mm. Tough reading
Yeah.
for that role.
Jonah Hill's going to be playing Josh Gad. No.
It that would work actually. For some reason, Jack Black as Jonah Hill playing Josh Gad.
Yep. Yep. And Josh Gad playing Jack Black.
Yeah. Um, I okay, cool, whatever. I mean, I think that'll be funny, whatever it is.
Yeah, it sounds like this show is going to kind of have some of those meta things that we maybe got, not the fourth wall break, but like the things like um, superhero fatigue is going to be
Yeah,
talked about in it. And
yeah.
so, and like Wonder Man, I think is hiding the fact that he's a hero from what we've seen. So, or has powers. So I think that there's going to be some interesting things like that.
I bet it's gonna be like the whole thing about the superhero fatigue. That's just kind of dawned to me. They're making a movie about a superhero, and it may just be a topic of why are they making, it may not be anything more than why are they making this movie? Like why is it?
Yeah, I could think it could also be along the lines of, well, all the superheroes or some LA based superheroes are getting these roles in all the action films because they're superheroes. They have powers. They're better suited for these roles, and it could be the like studio pushback or this director pushback being like, no, I'm sick and tired of superheroes getting all these roles. We're going back to making movies the way that they're supposed to be made.
Hmm.
Kind
Yeah.
of that curmudgeonly Martin Scorsese, uh,
Oh, sure.
Abe Simpson shakes fist at Cloud
Yeah.
kind of meme
Yeah.
that you're getting from some of those Hollywood directors. They might be poking some fun at that too.
Sure.
But we'll see. Also, this is apparently where Doorman's going to be showing up.
Oh
We already
yeah.
talked about that before, but it's important to remember Doorman because he is one of the linchpin characters. I have no idea. He is a member of the Great Lakes Avengers in the comics. He will not be that in this. Moving on, MIT. It's going to be evil in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Oh yes, it is. This according to the Cosmic Circus.
It's weird. Is that weird?
Yes, it is weird.
Like why
How?
do they have something against MIT? Like what? I don't know. Are they going to use MIT specifically? Do
Well,
they say MIT in
that's the school that Ned, MJ, Flash is wearing an MIT shirt. Peter, that's where he wanted to get into.
okay.
So
Oh, you're right. It was. I was thinking it was more of a fake college that it's supposed to represent MIT, but I think you're right. They do say MIT.
Yeah.
Um, there's no yawning in the podcast, Petter.
Yeah.
Yet I've yawned 3 times. Nobody saw it though. Okay. Uh,
Like,
it's an interest. I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting and dumb and weird kind of at the same time. I don't
mhm.
really know what to make of it at
It's
this
like
point.
who out of all the villains that we've had rumored would be messing with MIT?
Tony, Doom,
Yeah.
the
Doom.
professor, right? What
Doom's the
professor?
obvious one. Yeah.
Where was Riri
Jim
Williams coming
Rash.
from?
Yeah, Jim
Jim,
Rash's character.
yeah,
He's the one.
Jim Rash.
Isn't that the he's the professor, he's the person who's there getting Riri expelled. That's the actor's name
Oh,
from Community.
yeah. I don't remember his, but yes,
Yeah.
right.
He's like this evil mastermind. Just have him actually be the maker.
Oh,
That'd be hilarious.
that'd be great. I would love
Yeah.
that. So yeah, I'm thinking that's what I was thinking. Who's the evil villain that's in MIT that is switching
Yeah.
it to this kind of narrative? So
Doom is the obvious choice.
yeah,
Um, apparently, this one comes from Daniel RPK. A male actor has been cast or has been filmed to play Black Panther in Doomsday.
I think it's a one dude. I mean, Angela
There's
Bassett was with them, right? And some
which
photo
one?
ops. Who it's who everybody's saying is gonna be. We mentioned this a couple weeks ago, I think, in the news or rumors.
um, yeah,
Josh
that's
Gad.
Josh Gad. Damson Idris.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say the name and it wasn't gonna like click with me. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. Are
Yeah,
you looking it up?
yeah, I did look it up.
Uh,
That's the one that pops up with kind of the newest rumors. Also,
yes, that guy.
I had forgot to drop this in the news section, so I'll just mention it. Ryan Coogler has said that Black Panther 3 is the next film that he's doing.
Yes. And so did Denzel Washington 3 weeks
Oh,
ago.
3 months ago. Uh, rumors that there's going to be a follow-up to Werewolf by Night. Michael Giacchino, back to do it again.
We just talked about this, didn't we? Didn't we say that
Uh,
we should this should be redone or not redone, but like have
yeah.
a sequel or something like that?
Yes.
So
Yep. They're listening.
see, they listen to our somebody listens to our podcast.
It's true. Some people do.
Yeah. I only speak truths on this, Petter. Only truths.
So then the final rumor, this one is kind of big, interesting, that the Russo brothers are going to lead the next like cinematic or like the movie side of the next saga in the MCU.
They're the next James Gunn.
They're the next Kevin Feige. I don't know where you put this. This comes from the Cosmic Circus. I know when they were, I think it was the Insnyder who had rumors about this months ago when they were confirmed to be doing Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty, which then became Doomsday. And I think I said back then that this makes sense to me. You have Brad Winderbaum. He is the person day to day focused on television stuff and making sure that the shows are getting done, that the resources are where they need to be, things like that. You have the Russos then on the film side. They're doing a lot more of the day to day, making sure that, okay, you want to use this character, we'll double check that this character is good to go, makes sense for it. And then Kevin Feige kind of controls the bigger steps of the narrative.
Yeah. He's just kind of dispersing out his duties to people he trusts, I think,
Yes.
which is probably, I mean, it's just probably a very good step for him.
Yeah.
Just because he's probably worn pretty thin.
Yeah, especially after like the rush of everything that Bob Chapek tried to get pushed through. Because I think I didn't put this one down, but in the rumor section, but there was talk that Blade was in Kevin Feige's plans always intended to be after Secret Wars.
Hmm.
Like it wasn't his plan to move it up so soon. So
Oh,
it's
interesting. Okay.
yeah, it's things like that where it would make sense.
And Bob just goes, nah, we're gonna move that one up.
Yeah,
Weird.
I'm assuming it was like, okay, we have our general idea for this, and Bob's like, all right, let's announce it and let's get it out as quickly as we can because people will be excited and there'll be more stuff.
Crazy. Um, what was the other rumor that I heard? Nope, escapes me. You said Blade a while back, and then and something came into mind. Oh, um, there was talk of Jonathan Majors coming back
Yeah,
again.
I saw
I,
that. I think that's one of those things that's just going to get floated out there for a while until Secret Wars is done and people because people are going to try and nitpick apart everything.
sure. The only reason I kind of bring it up is because they showed a short snippet of him being interviewed, and the whichever reporter, whatever
Mhm.
tabloid, whatever, whoever it was, had asked him, and he's like, "Well, anything's possible." You know, it was just a very bold thing to say. Unless this was 100% AI generated, I guess I didn't really pay attention to that. But uh, it's just a bold thing to say, considering what has happened in that
Yes.
saga of its own. So, um, yeah, who knows? I can't imagine it's a true thing or real, or I'm sure Jonathan Majors is just maybe trying to save face a little bit.
Yeah, save face. Honestly, he's at the position where he's starting to get some other things again. I think, or like he's trying to rebuild his career, obviously.
Yeah, right.
And if he could get back into Marvel's good graces and show up in a new role as Kang in a Disney film, that would do a lot.
Mm, I don't
So
like it.
you ready for the news?
I've kind of had enough news this week, honestly, but since it's Marvel stuff, I'll accept.
All right. First is comics related, and this one has me real excited. Brian Michael Bendis is coming back. He's going to be
Mm,
doing Avengers issue 800 starting in January. Uh, he has been with DC for a little bit, probably the last 5 years, but he is one of my favorite comic writers.
mm.
He is one of the wordiest comic writers you will read, but the dialogue and everything is done so incredibly well that yeah, I'm excited to have him back.
Yeah, take it off in a new direction. Ultimates is done, so that whole thing. So
Yeah.
this is kind of their next big thing, I'm assuming, their
No,
next big arc.
no,
No?
not next big arc. I think this is just getting him back into the fold. He's going to take over Avengers, which is obviously one of the headliner comics.
Yeah,
It's second, I would guess, to Spider-Man. So yeah, makes sense to put him on that.
cool.
If you haven't read his Daredevil stuff, really good.
I'm not, but I think I have it in my queue.
Nice. So, more MCU news though. Deadline saying that Sadie Sink is going to be back for Secret Wars.
Just
This
saw
is
this. Yep.
this is interesting because it really opens up the question of who the hell is she playing?
But she's a pretty big name actor. I can't imagine they would just
Right.
have her in one. So not
It's
super shocking, but yet it does pose the question a little bit stronger as to who the hell is she?
yep.
So,
And the fact that she's in this, does that mean that she's less likely to be a Sony character, a Sony Spider-Man adjacent character? Does it make something like Jean Grey more likely?
mm,
Because Marvel could loan her kind of to Sony, give Sony like a big introduction in that film, which I'm sure Sony would salivate over, and then use her in the MCU for a longer time. Because if she's a Sony character, now they're borrowing her from Sony, and it's going to be more limited how much we can see her, unless she's just going to be a reoccurring character in every Spider-Man movie.
right. So, yeah, in a way, it kind of pulls off Spider-Gwen, right? She was,
Kind of.
I mean, otherwise they have to pull her in at Secret Wars and do the deal with Sony, right? I'm just
Hmm.
thinking, pulls her away from a Fox Spider-Man character and
Sony
more,
Spider-Man.
sorry, not, yeah, Sony Spider-Man character versus a X-Men character like Jean Grey, who then, hmm, obviously you can use as much as you need
Yep.
to, and
So and I need to confirm some of this, but let's talk spoilers here for a minute or two. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. You have been warned. Spoilers, because we should talk when we're discussing about this about the set photo. I put it in air quotes, where she is wearing a Punisher shirt,
hmm,
because I mean that also means that that's more likely to be a Disney owned character than or maybe a shared character like Fisk than a purely Sony character.
she's wearing a Punisher. I don't know if I've
Yep.
seen that.
Yeah. Now I have not. It's tricky with all these leaks and stuff like that. The veracity
Uh,
of this,
the
just
AI-ness of
because,
everything,
yeah,
it's
the AI-ness
crazy.
of everything.
I'm looking up the image
Yeah.
because I gotta know.
Because, yes, yeah, because there are so many um, different ones out there that it's just like who knows what it could be.
Oh, what?
There, I shared the link for Greg. You all have to search it yourself if you want to find it.
I I'm looking at the set photo, and I'm just not seeing anything that. All right, I'll go to your link. Fine.
Yeah,
Can I?
the so based off of the set photo and the link that I sent to you, Greg, I think that the link I sent is somebody's done AI on it specifically. So I am going to say that kind of that tease is probably false,
Yeah,
just because it lines up with the other set photos. And in the other set photos, she's always wearing a kind of longer puffer jacket. And in this one, it's very much the exact same spot, but she's not. So seems to me like it's probably a fake.
oh, I see it. Okay. The one I was looking at, no, I'm not buying it.
Same. So
It,
let's move on from that and out of spoilers here.
okay.
Diane Morgan has joined the Vision Quest show, according to Variety as well. I'm assuming that she's already filmed her stuff or she is doing voice work as some AI sort of thing for this show. But uh, there's a lot of names in this cast.
Yeah, Diane Morgan.
Yep, pretty sure that I have it right. Diane Morgan, actress, comedian.
I'm trying to think what I know her from.
I got no idea what you know her from, Greg,
Why don't you know that?
because I'm not Greg.
Is it because I have a new personality?
Yep. How
And
about this? She voices a character in one of the new episodes of Phineas and Ferb. That's probably where you know her from.
that's probably not where I know her from. Whatever. She looks kind of familiar, but yeah, you're right. There's a lot of people showing up in this show.
Hmm.
So
It's not
that's
a bad
cool.
thing.
Makes me excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good cast.
Um, and then the final piece of news is that Doomsday is going to have its planned, scheduled, expected. Don't freak out about this. This was always the intention. Reshoots in the spring of 2026. And
Gasp.
then Secret Wars is going to film in the summer of 2026.
Gasp. Gasp.
I
Sorry.
know. This is, yeah.
Yep.
No real
No,
surprises there on either side of things. Timeline makes sense. Secret Wars would be about a year and a half from the start of filming to when it comes out. Uh, that's a similar timeline ish to what Doomsday was. Expect Secret Wars to have their additional photography done at the start of 2027. So I'm
probably get
just warning
those.
warning you a year ahead of time, folks.
Yeah.
That I'll be talking about this exact same thing then.
We'll just play this clip.
Yep. So that's it for the news. On to the topics or topic character or characters who we think like, okay, they're not these are not necessarily characters that we think are bad in the MCU or anything like that. These are characters that were just like, you know what? Sure, reintroduce them. And how might we want that done? Do you want to kick us off, Greg?
I can kick us off. Sure. I don't have a lot of like what to do differently per se, but I can at least spark the conversation.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna start with She-Hulk.
Okay.
I think what they tried didn't really work for
Yep.
some. Not,
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. I thought it was an interesting take, and I don't hate it. But I think it
It wasn't
pinned
cohesive
yeah, it pinned
as
her
to what it
into
wanted
a
to do.
yeah, like she was painted into a corner almost with it, so she couldn't really get out of it, and it had to be kind of its own thing.
Nobody puts
Sort of.
She-Hulk in a corner.
No, yes, thank you. God, great reference. I just want to go to that Patrick Stewart song right now, or Patrick Stewart, Patrick Swayze, or
No,
the
I want to
Patrick Stewart
hear.
version of
Uh,
Patrick Swayze's song.
yes,
What is it? Lost in Your Eyes or something like that? I don't know.
I want
Let
that
me
now.
get AI going real quick. Let me get up some AI, and I'll see if I can get that out there on the old interwebs on our YouTube channel. So, anyways, I thought that would be a nice because I do want to see more of Jennifer Walters. I think
Yeah.
that's a character that is fun and
Mhm.
just different to explore than the Raging Hulk, right?
Yeah, and I think too, it's a character that you have a chance to do some interesting stuff with. I would like them to just scrap or ignore the first season of She-Hulk and just kind of redo another season where it's just give me like an hour long episode or 42 minutes, whatever it is, like that 40-minute plus episode where it's this courtroom comedy drama. She's investigating stuff. She hulks out from time to time, and she's defending other superpowered characters for the really stupid crimes that and things that they've done. Like the episode with Mr. Immortal
Hmm.
is a great example of that sort of thing. Just give me more of that, and don't don't try and give me this weird through plot.
Of Todd. You don't want
Yeah,
Todd in there anymore.
yeah,
Do you want all the four? I mean, keep the fourth wall breaking?
a little bit.
Yeah.
um like have her, I mean, maybe even do it a little bit more office style, a show that I don't love, but where they sit down and speak to the camera instead of her like in the middle of a conversation
Hmm.
giving the wink and the nod to the camera.
Yeah.
But she's the only character who sits down and talks to the camera.
Now, I'm going to break away from this for a second.
Yeah,
Do you not like the American version of The Office, or you just don't like, is it
I
you only
do
like
not like,
the English version?
I have not watched the British version. I do not like the American.
So this podcast is over, and I'm just kidding. Interesting. Okay,
I've
that's fine. I
tried to
was
get
just
rid of you for a while. This is all it takes.
Uh, yep, I did it. Um, okay, so back to the topic. I just wanted to know that real quick and see where you stood
Yep.
on there. So light on the fourth wall breaking for sure. A little more courtroom, I think. Yeah, a little more office style or Parks and Rec
Mhm.
style would be fun. But what about the
Uh,
hulking out though?
the
Wait, did
hulking
you
out.
like? Wait. Did you like Parks and Rec?
Yes,
That
I
show
did
is
like.
classic. That is
Yes.
amazing. Okay.
Yep, I like Parks and Rec. I think you have her She-Hulk out every now and again to investigate. You have her She-Hulk out in the courtroom at times where you play into the Futurama single white female lawyer like show that's in there. So you still have her trying to get a date and all those things. Like that was great.
Yeah, her sexual
Daredevil.
prowess was
Yeah.
fun, and I think that should stay.
Yeah. And so you could have a judge say, or like an imposing attorney say something sexist towards her, and she hulks out on him in the courtroom, stuff like that. And then she'd use it sometimes to demonstrate, like, oh, so and so did this thing and like destroyed something. And she's like, well, no, you have to be this strong, and hulks out and destroys something. Use it for some gags, use it for her investigating stuff on her cases. stuff like that.
I I almost want to make it even tone it down a little. Well, I don't want to. Yeah, because I want her involved. I think in the MCU, like the cinematic side too.
Hmm.
So I want her to be acceptable or to meld in a little bit there,
Yeah.
and so that you can see how strong she is, and they would call upon her for that stuff, and in a legal sense, I guess too would be
Hmm.
fun. So,
Yep.
yeah, yep,
Yeah, and like you have the capping off episode of the season, like she rescues somebody from a car crash or something by hulking out and ripping off the door, but they they then try and pretend like she injured them as part of it, like she was just this raging Hulk monster sort of thing, and she has to defend herself in the last
sure, yeah,
episode, something like that.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go, I'm going to keep it green. I'm going to go with Hulk. Mark Ruffalo is fun as Hulk. I don't mind him, but this is a chance to reset the Hulk and really play around with a savage Hulk for a while. We've had Smart Hulk now for years. And, like even before Ragnarok, we had a lot of Banner and a little bit of Hulk. Give me a bunch of Hulk.
hmm I almost I almost feel like they took a wrong turn with Smart Hulk.
Kind of. It made sense. And I think it was a really good way to kind of control the power levels that they did for Infinity War and Endgame, by
That's
making him scared of
right.
like losing himself fully to it. I think it was, they set up a really good reason for it.
They did. It felt like a little bit of a crutch to just to hobble along on, though, for
Yes.
Infinity Saga or the Infinity War and Endgame, because I thought it was really cool how he was afraid at that point, and then
Yes.
you had to kind of overcome that fear.
Yep.
However, do you really want to overcome that fear because you're going to
Yeah.
rage out, right? So it's kind of like, but they still need him. So
Yes.
I just felt like there was a
It,
contrasting character predicament that they could have put him in that was more interesting than, well, he knows he's really smart and he could figure out how to do the time travel thing,
yeah,
which Tony
100%.
figured it out, but I mean, like,
Right. Like he could run the experiment, he could, yeah.
yeah.
And then especially kind of after that, we get this chill Hulk with She-Hulk,
Mhm.
and we get Banner in Shang-Chi. So we just haven't really gotten much
Yeah.
from Hulk. And so maybe it's just you find a reason to have Hulk snap, and Mark Ruffalo can continue playing the role and you build off of that. Or you just, either way, it's like a real reset on the character.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go with the next one here, and it's gonna be I'm trying to think of what I want to start with here. Or not start
Makes
with,
me,
but next I'm thinking, okay, I'll go with this. Nick Fury.
okay.
Um, Maybe show him more of kind of like that early badass thing like we got to see in Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Give him so almost like it's paying homage to Samuel L. Jackson in a way for this one because he wanted that solo film, I think. He ended up getting
Mhm.
Secret Invasion. He ended up getting screwed. And
Yeah.
and I think there could have been a different also just I guess just having Nick Fury just kind of show up and start the Avengers was kind of fine too. I had no real problem with that, but
Yeah.
you could also show a little bit more backstory of him and kind of what he's all about.
Hmm.
Um,
I
but
mean,
I do enjoy kind of how they've sprinkled it about, and you kind of learn about
yeah.
he's kind of playing on his own playing field in a way
Yeah.
at times, right? But I thought he could also use a good origin story.
Yeah. He's another one who I immediately think of a TV show for him. Do Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos, because
Hmm.
that's something in the comics. So set it after World War II, in like the 60s. This is the kind of the ops team led by Nick Fury. Captain America's gone, but Captain America had his elite group.
Hmm.
and Fury's now running them.
Yeah.
I think that'd
Kind of,
just be cool.
and make it that period piece sort of where it's,
Yeah,
and that's the aesthetic is like what we saw in Fantastic Four, but not so much the few, but just I would say not like they did in Fantastic Four, but how well they did it in Fantastic Four, right?
exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. Good choice. Good choice.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm going to go with one that we've actually talked about before, but Hank Pym.
Okay. I thought about
Uh,
this one.
Hank Pym, Scott Lang also would get wrapped up into this because give me kind of an a-hole Hank Pym as Ant-Man and
Hmm.
as the Ant-Man in the MCU going forward. Give him just like some interesting stuff to do, and with that new origin, also just don't make him like a Tony Stark a-hole. Like Tony Stark's an a-hole, but he's really lovable and you kind of feel for him.
Hmm.
Just make Hank Pym an a-hole.
It's
And
like, yeah, I'm picturing like if you ever watch House MD, that show,
yeah,
like he's an a-hole, right? And
yep,
but he's got a moral compass on him that makes you like, all right, I don't love this guy, but his purpose is in and his moral compass is in the right direction. So it's hard to hate him, but it's
yeah,
close to hating.
yeah. And I would say that make it even more ambiguous for Hank Pym than House. Like have it really, really ride that line and sometimes get pushed over the edge. Because like in the Ultimates comics, Ultimates Avengers, he just straight up punches and is threatening to kill Wasp.
Oh,
And like, yeah, go dark with maybe you don't bring back a Tony Stark and Hulk has gone savage. You need somebody real smart. You're like, well, we're we're riding this line of can we put up with Hank Pym or not?
hmm.
Sort
Yeah.
of like new origin for the character.
Yeah, because then you kind of always get that, is he really on the right side? Kind of
Yes.
questioning, which can make things always interesting. So
Yep. I
good
have one
stuff.
more
Good stuff.
left. Do you have any more left, Greg?
I have numerous left,
All right. Just less planned
but
out.
uh, yeah, some might just be like a quick like gloss over.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, go ahead. You want to go ahead with your other one, or you want me to step in?
Why don't I go ahead with my other one and then we'll just kind of rapid fire what you have left here.
Yeah, yeah, I like it.
Steve Rogers.
Oh,
I'm
oh,
going big here with Steve Rogers, but I think he's one of those characters that is so integral to Marvel comics and the storylines and the stories that are told. In some ways, in a lot of ways, more so than Tony is, especially comics wise. That give him give him something new to do. And we've talked about this before, but have Steve Rogers come back. Have that be part of the reset of the world. Well, and you can recast Chris Evans if Chris Evans doesn't want to do it, or you feel like you want to run with a younger Captain America. But you have Sam Wilson, who's like Captain America, the United States kind of focus character. And then you have Steve Rogers, Captain America, he's passed the mantle on to Sam, but he's still Captain America in his own way, and he's doing what he really feels like is right and very much on his own or separate from anything connected with like the politics.
hmm.
Give him a reformed Hydra to go up against, give him a uh, Red Skull that has come back to Earth and is like trying to reset up all of this. Give him that sort of thing to fight against, and I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, it's I kind of picture it like it's more in the background of the MCU kind of thing. Is that what you're saying?
Or
Like it,
kind of,
they
yeah,
put a spotlight on it, but then also he's a character that kind of comes in at
yep,
different times for different reasons with different information or something like that. Yeah.
yeah,
Kind of like I mean, it's kind of a nomad character, isn't it, in a way?
ish. But
Ish.
I
More
think
like
this,
what he was in Infinity
yes,
War, right?
just
Yeah.
yeah, really build off of kind of that idea, and give him some of his classic Hydra and Red Skull back.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's cool. Bold. Bold. I
Hmm.
like it.
It's big.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of big, now I can't say I would like this necessarily to happen in the upcoming MCU now that I think about it. But I was thinking like I would love to have a little bit more time with Thanos.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's kind of weird. But like not necessarily a new origin story, but I would like to see more of an origin story. But at the same time, it's a little bit past due. So that's where I'm like, maybe
Yeah.
not.
Also, that puts you back into Harry Styles' Star Fox
Mm.
realm of things too, which that just feels like maybe just leave that alone.
This is my one way to get to see Harry Styles again. Okay, in the MCU. All right. Well, let's talk about Adam Warlock.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, I
Listen.
felt like it was kind of rushed a little bit and awkward. I guess it was a little bit out of maybe it's because I what I wanted was in the Infinity Saga, he was brought about differently.
Yeah.
So I think, and the way they had him as more of a childlike character was funny,
Yeah.
right?
I
And
think
this would be
it
Guardians
works
3.
well. Yeah. For what
Um,
it is. But
yeah, but I feel like, but then again, we're gonna run into maybe a Captain Marvel slash Gaia situation where it's very, very powerful. And then what do you do with them, right? After
yep.
that. So, these are kind of honorable mentions. It's kind of where I'm going with these. So I thought about it, but
I
as I
think
talk about it,
yeah,
eh,
I kind of like where they have him at because they've dealt with the Captain Marvel problem of him being super powerful by making him very childlike.
right
And
now,
yeah,
but
right now. And you can continue to play with that for a while, especially if you're working with team leaders of Groot and Rocket. They're not going to bring up his intelligence level that quickly.
right. There's, they're feeding that slow as buffalo kind of
Yeah.
thing. Um, so who's who's stronger, the Sentry or Adam Warlock?
Um, Good question.
I don't know. Just a thought that I had. And
Yep.
I'm sorry if you can hear the sirens. I think they're at your house. Now they're coming to my house.
Yep.
So,
I'm still here though, so I haven't been arrested yet.
oh,
See about Greg.
I got a knock at the door. I'll be right back. Okay, let's keep going. Let's say Agatha Harkness.
Okay, I like
Still,
this one.
okay, so I feel like, but what's hard is that
She doesn't have to be rebooted. She just has to be brought back from the dead.
true. Yeah. I just kind of want to know more about that origin of hers a little bit more. So,
Hmm.
again, it's not as bad as Thanos, but it's a little bit too late because they did kind of flesh out a little bit of it, but not
Yep.
enough to really get us an idea of where she is. And maybe this is more just me wanting to see Catherine Hahn and go
Yeah.
deeper into that character, but I don't know.
Yeah. I'm I kind of feel like it's a decent one, but also actually I think it is a decent one because I think that there's more maybe in her past that can be explored to help her finally come to rest or come to grips with things and then maybe be brought back.
Hmm.
Like once she finally is ready to let go and is finally ready to see Nikki again, that Billy can bring her back somehow.
Yeah.
And so being able to delve into that a little bit more does sound interesting.
Um, okay, two more. I'm
All
gonna
right.
just kind of equal playing fields, but I think I'd like to have us redo Killmonger.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd like that. I'd like him back. I would like more of his backstory. I would like to really, and I really want Michael B. Jordan to be doing this, but
Yes.
um, I think having those early years to showing the way he got to be the way he is, what kind of turned him, is worth. I think, and Ryan Coogler, I feel like would be the man for this job. Just to give that backstory a little bit more And then I would love to see him continue on in the Black Panther storyline, I think, and obviously not be killed off. So
Yes, yeah. I think that's a big thing is there feels like I mean, it's because of Michael B. Jordan and how good he is in that role
yeah.
that you just want that role to continue on longer.
Hmm.
He even if we don't get a ton more of his backstory, I think that it was well well done. Like that's he like Killmonger's my favorite part of Black Panther. And I think that they gave this interesting backstory for him. But to give him things to do going forward, like he gets brought back, maybe with T'Challa being brought back after
Hmm.
Secret Wars by Franklin or something like that, and you give him more to do as a villain who plagues Wakanda.
Hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna end on this one now. Baron Zemo.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Baron Zemo, I don't know if I need more of an orange origin story or just more Zemo.
I think more Zemo, and I think
I mean, he was
more
interesting. His family was his
villainous. Yeah,
but the family was his core, right? And we kind of saw that in not Ultron, but which
Falcon
was
the
it
Winter
Civil War?
Soldier,
Falcon and the
or
no,
Civil War. Yeah,
Civil War,
Civil
right?
War. We got
Not
him.
Winter Soldier. No.
Yeah, Civil War.
Um, and I think there's a little bit more to explore there, but I'd just like to see more from him because he has this very unique role of masterminding things and also has a purpose to it and
Yep.
almost a slight revenge thing, but it seems to be really based in the loss of his family, right? And I think
Yep.
that maybe you can't revisit that again and do it as well or do it again, but I just would maybe like to see that some more explored
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah. He's a character who I think, going back to my bringing back Steve Rogers, he's a character who could get connected in with Red Skull and Hydra and start to develop and kind of be have fed his villainous intent.
Hmm.
And that continues to grow throughout the series or throughout the movies. And because I don't know that you can really revisit the family thing, just
But
with
is it,
how,
yeah, maybe it's more of a I like his goal was he just felt that, right, the super soldiers are like heroes,
yeah,
that they were not actually good
heroes.
people because of
Yep.
what they're doing, right? It's almost it feeds into the Sokovia Accords, I
Yep.
think. So I think that is his foundation for what he does and why he does it. And you continue on with that
Yep.
because it's still a topic of, it's the great power, great
Hmm.
responsibility. How many deaths have these superheroes actually caused? What are they
Yeah.
responsible for?
Well, and that's where a villain like Red Skull can come in and tempt him to be like, I I know how you feel. Like I want to stop them as well. I want to build up a group that is going to be able to deal with the heroes because they aren't,
Mm,
sort of thing. And there's a lie to that because obviously Red Skull has super soldier serum of a sort
right.
through his
And
veins, but it's the temptation. It's like in X-Men where Mr. Sinister kind of plays that villain role that's getting used by Apocalypse.
mm, yeah,
Give kind of that same sort of feel, I think could be interesting.
yeah. Because it really for Zemo, I think he also too is feeling like, this I will play the Red Skulls game, but I'm still my own, and I still don't feel like there should be any sort of
Yep.
superhero out there, good or bad,
Yep.
that's not held accountable, right?
Yes.
So,
It's a pretty good list that we put together there, I think.
mhm.
Some interesting choices on both of our ends. And I'd be curious to know which characters other people think of too. I'm sure that Tony Stark is going to be a fairly common one too. Like,
Mm,
do we need to get a Tony Stark back into the MCU? And that could be a debate and a half in and of itself. Maybe a topic for the future because, like, as we were talking about in the rumors with Jean Grey and Cyclops, maybe it's a question that we ask ourselves in the future. Does the MCU need big characters like Charles Xavier, Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, Wolverine to be the front and center for it to work? And ask that question. But let us know who you might want to come back and have a little bit more, redo the origin, see a new take on the character. Drop that in the comment section below on the podcast over on YouTube, or drop a comment on X or Facebook. And again, just want to thank you all for listening. Hope that you are enjoying the podcast. If you are, please subscribe. Click that notification bell. Nope, Greg already said all of that. Greg gave a few ways that you could help support the podcast at the beginning.
I did.
But also have a Patreon, patreon.com/nerdologists. The funds go to help improve the quality of this podcast, but not our ability to remember what to say, as well as the Muslim Eagles YouTube channel, the 10 Minute Marvel YouTube channel, and nerdologists.com website. But with that, we'll see you next time.
I'm the new Greg. Bam.